fel- fellow YouTubers, and today I'll be reviewing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Okay, so yesterday I reviewed Kingdom Hearts 1. There's going to be a daily thing now, since tomorrow will be Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Days, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I'm trying to do them in an order of game review. So now we're on Chain of Memories. Ooh, I've read a lot of reviews for this game. Some people love it, some people hate it. The fact is, it's a bit of a divided game, as you can see, as it's got things that go against it and things that go forward. Let's talk about the things that go against it first. For starters, I think my only problem with this game was slightly the gameplay style. You see, despite the story setting, this game is essentially a clone of Kingdom Hearts 1. However, there were a few differences. For starters, the gameplay style. In Kingdom Hearts 1, it was a smash button game almost. If you pressed X, you attack. If you pressed magic, you'd blow fire. It's a pretty basic combat system. However, they decided to change that with what else? Cards. And now, to all of you here who didn't like trading card games as a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters, any of that stuff, well, here's your chance to play it in Kingdom Hearts with your favorite Disney characters, no less. And they really do make it like a card game. In the gameplay, in the combat system at least, you're given different cards, each one allowing you to attack or use magic or summon or even to open new locations. This card get system is a little intriguing because it allows you to customize your character to a more full extent, like on how much their attacks are, even inventing some combos I remember there was this combo where you can make a triple hurricanes made of fire with Sora, and it was very cool. But at the same time, it can be slightly annoying because your opponent, like even if they're a mere shadow heartless, has the same chance of beating you. So you really have to level up your system to get extra health bars and to make sure your deck is fully assertive. There are some cards like these black boss cards that can help you win better. I remember using one against the boss and it really helped, but still, when using the cards, they take up points like on how many cards you can have in a deck. One hand, it's good because they want you to make sure you're not playing the game unfairly, but at the same time, it can be annoying when you're fighting a certain boss and they just get out the white card and you lose. Now, for the worlds, like I said, it pretty much used the same worlds from the first game, Wonderland, Olympus Coliseum, and they added in pretty much the same story from the Kingdom Hearts 1 game. Uh, if you're looking for a wide view of worlds, like in the previous one, like a full open RPG, get to exploring stuff, going to different locations, you're probably going to be disappointed. In this game, as I said, the special cards that open doors, depending on which cards you use, will determine what the location will look like. For starters, if you want a location full of bosses, you get just that. The location in the world will just become a fixture of what you would want that to be, whether it be a save point, bosses, health menu, you name it. There's not really anything that makes it any uniquer from the previous world. Like I said, it's really just the texture that's different, but the layout is pretty much the same. It only changes if you go into a boss level or the main castle, but other than that, it's pretty much the same levels repeating itself with different fixtures. So if you're looking for open worlds, sorry to disappoint. Um, but now however, that doesn't mean this game is bad. Let's talk about the story. We set off after the end of the first game where Sora, Donald, and Goofy have finally defeated Ansem, the evil rogue scientist who tried to plunge all the worlds into darkness by using the darkness in Kingdom Hearts. Sora and his crew are on this road in the meadow, when they find Pluto of all people there. He finds out there's a letter from the king. As they travel through the world, they meet a man with a strange black hood on his face, covering his face. He leads them to this castle called Castle Oblivion, giving them a particularly strange riddle, even a warning, if you will. And he's able to somehow reread Sora's memories and give him cards which were based off the worlds from those memories. There, he tells Sora in order to find what he's looking for, he has to go up this castle. And as Sora progresses, it seems like as if he's losing something. He can't think what. Why? He keeps forgetting, and then suddenly he finds out there's this girl he remembered from the islands. The young late blonde lady called Namine. He has never seen her before this castle. Now he's the only thing he can talk about. She's absolutely in his mind. But they have, but for each floor they have to encounter one of these black hooded people. And we find out later they're part of something way bigger. Okay, so for the story wise, it's mysterious. We're getting a lot of background on. We're getting a little bit of a sneak peek on the main villains of Kingdom Hearts 2, while colliding with that story as well. Because again, this story affects the main game title of Kingdom Hearts 2, and it is creepy seeing how Sora is forgetting all his friends and even becoming invested into finding Naminé. I mean, even Donald and Goofy noticed the differences in his behavior. At the end of the story, we're confronted by the main villain, Marluxia, who turns out he and along with these other black hooded people are part of an evil group called the Organization 13. As he's a rogue mentor who's banded together with a ton of other rogues to take down their organization. And since Sora has the Keyblade, he plans to use him to help him with that such a task. And the young girl Namine, the person Sora so badly clings for, turns out to be really a witch who can control his memories. And all this time, his memories have been manipulated constantly as to why he fell in love with her. So now let's talk about the characters. Sora is the same guy we see in Kingdom Hearts 1, young, ambitious, but this game pushes him through the limit. You can see him stressing out over the memory loss and his obsession with Naminé, like this character changing. It is a bit startling seeing him like this, because again he's meant to be the happy one, the go-getter, and these memory changes, it's messing him up as his obsession. It's really scary. Donald and Goofy, like in the last game, they're doing their stuff, they're the support, and there is a moment where you can see that they are getting worried about Sora. Naminé. Ooh, Naminé. Her story is quite tragic. She's a lonely girl locked inside a castle, held hostage, by the way, hostage by these rogue members, being used for their own devices. I mean, they amplified this point by showing a toy version of her locked in a white cage. It's tragic seeing this character because it's understandable. Not just the hostage situation, but the general idea of loneliness. When she sees Sora, she sees him as a white shining armor. I mean, she wants him to be a boyfriend or something. You can tell with all these memory manipulations. The fact is, she wants a friend. And seeing Sora gave her this clarity. Now for the bad guys. These guys were very nicely done. Marluxia is scary as shit. I mean, He had the way he was able to use his scythe in battles. Oh, it gave me chills as a kid. I mean, how the fudge can he do that? That's not right. Loxine, she's probably one of the biggest bees you could ever find. She's sarcastic, nasty, mean. Ugh, couldn't wait for her to get killed. Fexen, he's just this really, I don't know, he's the scientist of the organization, but seeing him, he's just, despite all his big profanities, he's really just a sniveling coward. He talks big, but doesn't have that much macho. Then we're introduced to Axel, and I've got to say, I really love this character. He may start as a secret double agent, but seeing him is great. He's just really fantastic. Ah, now, now I think that ends up. Oh wait! I forgot. There's a second part of this game, another side, another story, where we get to play Riku. Interesting though, despite Riku having pretty much the same thing happen to him to Sora, he goes straight to the basement instead of the upwards. It's his gameplay is slightly different. For example, you can't customize his deck. Wherever you go, the deck will be arranged automatically. You can only level him up. That's really all you can do. However, in his story, we get to see him try to battle the darkness within him, trying to defeat Ansem from controlling his mind. We can see him trying to redeem himself from the past game, and it ain't easy. We can see him struggling. Okay, for his gameplay, I like the fact that you can. There's an automatic deck. Don't get me wrong, I love customization, but with an automatic deck, you feel more understandable. You can use him better. It's quite easy. He has a better. For me, I always found it easier for me to use his character. How and what an added bonus to this is that you can use his dark mode, which gives him an additional power boost, and even let him uses some special combos like this cool drawing combos where you have to make a list of very powerful cards to defeat the boss or villain you're fighting. It's quite cool and a very cool, unique style of gameplay. The downside is his story. Only in a couple of worlds, such as Twilight Town and Destiny Islands, do we actually see his story progress in the Disney worlds. However, if you're looking for him to see him in Wonderland or Agrabah or some unique story to him, like during his time working with Maleficent, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. It's pretty much go inside the world and get out. There's nothing much unique. There's no real story in these Disney worlds for him. Only in just three, I think. However, a cool part is that you get to see Mickey. Oh, I love Mickey. It's so great to see he and Riku's relationship, how it blossoms, how they become partners. How I think in Kingdom Hearts they want to have one character, one Disney character, kind of like a Digimon, Digidestined thing going on between them. As for the boss, we are reintroduced to Ansem, or more specifically, a part of Ansem that still lives in Riku. So for this story, I really enjoy seeing Riku try to fight for redemption, trying to find out how he can reconcile with Sora, defeating a few Ansem and some more members of the Rogues. It's very good story, and I really do enjoy playing as Riku. It's very unique, and I look forward to doing it again in Kingdom Hearts 3. So, Chain of Memories and it all good story, very good story, very creepy, very understanding, but gameplay is a bit iffy, and the open world system could have done with a little more work to it than just the standard worlds. But Chain of Memories was a necessary game. Getting to understand the events for Kingdom Hearts 2, being introduced to the organization and why some members didn't appear in the second game is all well and done very nicely. So Chain of Memories, you're an interesting game, maybe the black sheep of the crew, but either way, it was a good game. I would recommend to any Kingdom Hearts fan. Peace out, yo.